Well, I grew up in the LDS church, and my family was LDS. And as a teenager, I just didn't feel like everything was connecting. And I felt like there was still something missing. So, shortly after high school, I ended up leaving the church and didn't really pursue any church or anything further until just a couple years ago when we came to Stonehill.
Yeah, my past is similar to Christen's. I was baptized when I was 13 years old and was raised in the Mormon church. Went on a mission, or started to go on a mission. Um, wasn't going necessarily because I believed as much as I was because the culture of the church that's just what you do. I just couldn't do it. Inside, I was having this major battle.
So, for the past 15 years, we haven't really pursued a relationship with Jesus. I always believed in Jesus and that never went away, but I wasn't pursuing a deeper relationship. But I wanted our son to know about Jesus. And so we put him in a preschool that was a Christian preschool so that he could learn and have knowledge of him. And yeah, it wasn't until just a couple years ago when we felt there was a void in our lives that we pursued looking into going back to church.
So I wasn't at a place where I was ready to go back to church, but it just so happened that place was coming down the pipeline. I just didn't realize it, and so shortly after Stonehill launched, I think within 6 months after it launching, her and I decided that we were ready to start investigating going back to church.
They had just announced the first week we went to church, they announced community groups. And Bethany and Chris just so happened to be hosting Starting Point, and they said, "You should come do Starting Point." And we did not really know what we were getting ourselves into. We thought, okay, yeah, we'll give it a shot, but we didn't know what it entailed. And then we showed up, and we never missed a Sunday. We loved it.
Yeah, and takeaways that I had some aha moments in Starting Point, and one of them was to really acknowledge the fact that we don't have to bear all this weight of life ourselves. And going into the Starting Point, I'm a very prideful person, and I take life seriously, but life can bear down on you, and it can weigh you down. And when I came to the realization through Starting Point that we don't bear all the weight ourselves, and that we can give that up to God, and He'll take that from us gladly. That was huge for me as far as the takeaway goes.
There's been a lot of good that's come out of our community groups, and it's just building those relationships and having conversations, and knowing too that people, if you have something going on that you need help with, there's people there that are praying for you and that are looking out for you. And we've got several relationships outside of Stonehill as well, and there's just something different about your community group relationships. They just feel different. They feel closer in some ways and more connected.
It was genuinely life-changing for myself and for our family. I found right away that how important relationships were in the conversation. When it was all said and done, it was so instrumental because we developed some legitimate lifelong relationships, people that we consider to be some of our closest friends and will forever. In addition to that, and even more significant than that, was that we started developing a relationship with Jesus, and our hearts opened up to that, and it just continued to progress, and to the point to where we were baptized as a family last summer.
if you're even considering being in a group, you should absolutely do it. I just think that the relationships, they're unmatched anywhere else, and what you gain from it is amazing.
I mean, it was a game changer for us.